Hey guys, how's it going? So we're back. I had a little stream earlier. It was okay. It was a bit tilting, obviously, which isn't great. Yeah, we tried out some Beyond All Reason the last day on stream and did like the first scenario that's baked into it. It's currently, for those who don't know, in public alpha. So you can actually go download it for free on the BAR site. You can go Google it, you'll find it. And I should probably find a command that just spits out the link in chat. But yeah, we're gonna check it out. It looks like there's a slight update, so just waiting for that to install at the moment, and then we'll get going. So it should be fun. Again, if people haven't seen this game before, it looks a lot like Total Annihilation. Um, Again, it's a game I haven't played for a long time. Even when I did, it was only once or twice. So a lot of these mechanics I'm still figuring out. So I streamed a bit of this the last day. And there was a lot of kind of learning the basics and things like that. So hopefully things should go a bit smoother today. But yeah, we'll get started in just a second. Alright, loading her up now. Be helpful if you could see. What's up, guys? So yeah, here we go. Single player scenarios. So we did this one. Difficulty 1 out of 10. This one shouldn't be too difficult either. So the first one was very much just ground units. I guess this is going to show us a little bit about the naval and aircraft. Defeat an enemy. Victory, kill all units. Lost, lose all units. 30-minute estimate time. The first mission was quite long. It was like 50 minutes or so. So this seems more reasonable. It's cool that you choose factions on these, so I guess you can test out both sides of it. I think Armada was who we did the first one with, so we'll stick with that. So naval battles are focused on the interaction between ships, hovercrafts. So the Cortex Gimp, interesting name. Wouldn't be my go-to. Torpedo launcher is the only amphibious unit capable of firing. Okay. The Armada, which we're playing as Pelican, tier 2 bot, short range laser. Interesting. Yeah, let's just get into it and see what goes. Hey, King Bean. This is Beyond All Reason. It's currently in public alpha. Did this crash? This might have crashed. No, it's okay. It's currently in public alpha, so you can download it for free and play it. There is a multiplayer integration with it, so you can actually play online. I watched one of the games on line the last day. It's pretty cool. Still trying to figure out the basic mechanics because it's in public alpha. It doesn't really have a very strict campaign, so to speak. It does have these scenarios which kind of teach you the basics a little bit. So I kind of want to get through all of these scenarios before trying the multiplayer stuff. Just because the multiplayer is quite a lot. So the way it works, you got, this is really wide. Holy crap. Oh, I have this kind of bug where based on my can I change it in here? Yeah, it's set the full screen, but I can't. This happens to me sometimes. I can't actually scroll to the right. I can only scroll to the left. So I need to fix this before continuing, otherwise this is going to be like a pain in the ass. I think it's in here. Yeah, full screen should be okay. I don't know why. Windowed makes it absolutely tiny. I can't do that. Full screen? Question mark? This is just not gonna work. This is annoying. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna stick this in the BRB screen while I try to figure this out. Hang on. Back in a sec, guys. Also, hi Meds, how's it going? I see you. Let me try to fix this. Looks like it's a complete mess. So I guess we're just gonna go in with it with the broken scrolling. That's fine. Super annoying. But we'll see. So single player scenarios. We'll get back into it. Testing the water. Start scenario. We'll just not use the mouse for scrolling. And let's go. I hope you guys are doing good. Having a better day than I am. Just one of those days, you know. Play C&C, you can't win. You do this, shit just breaks. Stream is okay, King Bean. I got way too tilted too easily. I have a lot of stuff going on in my life outside of this, so it's easy to get quite triggered. But yeah, let's just focus on the game here now. Oh, okay, it works now. Weird. So beforehand I couldn't scroll to the left, to the right now. So the way this works is that you can actually choose your spawn location on the left hand side of the map. Opponent's going to be on the right, and I'm guessing these are going to be the key things that we want to take control of. So he's got 2 islands, I only have 1 here. Seems a bit unbalanced, but okay. So ideally you want to deploy somewhere in the middle of these iron deposits. You're quite slow to move. Going to around, I think here's probably a good location. Get these 3, go down, get these 2, and then walk along the shore and start to deploy upwards. Islands over here, So actually it might be better to start on this side, because there's 4 deposits here. Yeah, this seems better. Get these 4, get these 2, get these 2, go to the island. Sweet. Does the front work backwards? Yeah, but if he attacks me early with ships and stuff, I'm gonna get screwed. So yeah, we'll see. I'll go here, a bit of a compromise. Get this one, then work down to get these 2. I set up a bot lab here then, and it can work on these while this guy goes. Ship it. Let's go! Sick. Cool. So first thing we want, I guess the first thing we want is power. We have some, but not a lot. The wind is at 8.6. It said that 11 was ideally what you want this to be at, for it to be worthwhile, right? Or 6. Wind speed is below 5. Yeah, let's just go with the collectors anyway for now. No, it's a scenario mission meds. It's the second scenario they have. This one's to get you familiar with using, like, I guess ships and boats. It's quite a wide map, so we'll see how this goes. Cool. So we got the metal, we got the power. We want to get a bot lab, get some constructors up, and have them build this way while we move down to the coast. Seems to make sense, I think. Power is okay. I think the in-game music's okay. I'm pretty a bit quiet.
Produce bots. They are fast and can traverse hilly terrain far better. Generally, bots are cheaper but less armored.
If they can traverse things like this a bit quicker, then maybe we'll just get the bots down on the ocean floor. Get the metal extractors here, get one here, and one here. Cool. Think you need to spam CNC? Who's next against you, Meds? I suspect that you probably do. There's a lot of good players in that tournament. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot like Supreme Commander, you mean?
Low power.
Or at least it feels kind of that way, right? This guy is flying it. Sure, I guess we want a couple of these. I don't think it really matters the positioning of like your power. You just want it somewhere where you're not going to get destroyed.
Low power.
You either bronze or Lunac. I think you should probably win that, right? Then Twizzy, then Rash. Oof. Twizzy is. I've had a lot of games against Twizzy on ladder lately. Even when he doesn't tank all in, his GVG is pretty good. So I think you might be in for a rough time, but I'm sure you can manage it, right? Sure, if it was easy, everyone would be getting all the points. Sweet. Power seems to be okay. Aircraft plant, hovercraft. Floating energy. I guess I should probably just start using the water resources. Shipyard is what we want. We'll get you to build a shipyard. Or maybe not. Bot vehicle, hovercraft, advanced bot. I mean, advanced bot lab would be good too. Bot lab, vehicle, aircraft, hovercraft. Where's the... Oh, here it is. Shipyard. Sick. Okay, let's get a couple more powers up. And then after these, we're just going to queue this guy up to basically get extractors on everything here. I see no reason why not to, right? Then go out here, here, here. Cool. Sweet. What do we got? We got another bot guy here. Can help with the shipyard. You're feeling confident in your GVG? Nice, nice. I would still be careful. I'll maybe watch a few of the replays on my games against Twizzy the last couple of days. He's on a Strelic account, I think. They were really fun games. There's a lot of back and forth. We kind of went 50-50 on a bunch of them. Okay, so this is going to be built now.
Ships. The heaviest unit class with the most armor and generally longest weapon range. But constructing ships is costly, and there are submarines and torpedo aircraft that can quickly devastate a large naval fleet.
Okay, Advanced Bot Lab. Let's go. Although, like, I don't know how far in range stuff kind of shoots. So we'll build a bot to get a thing up here for the Advanced Bot Lab. In the meantime, we'll get these guys focused on some stuff. What do we got? What do we got? Radar tower, right? That's probably a good thing to have. You want it as close to the border as possible. So this will actually let us know if stuff's here. We want units to be able to come over to here and take these deposits next. You don't want to give much away, but Twizzy has a very unique fly. We're trying to get all the games done up to Rash this weekend. I'd be careful about trying to force that. Like, people should take their time if they're going to be playing these games and play well rather than just try rush it, you know? Okay, so what do we got here? We got a construction corvette. I'm guessing they'll be able to build in the water. So one of these can build what looks like underwater deposits here. It's kind of cool. Transport ship, submarine, destroyer. And I guess we'll get like a fast. One of these dudes. Hey Artie. You kind of bit, sure. Like again, I don't quite know what I'm doing. This is only like the second built-in mission, so for the most part, I am just getting used to it. We just have a shipyard out. It's quite a wide map. So my objective, I'm thinking at the moment, is to get up to here, build stuff, then push towards the center. But we'll see. Okay, so we built this guy so we can get a level 2 bot lab, which I'll put beside the level 1, so they're easy to find. These two have built a shipyard, so what I need now is wasting a lot of energy, so energy storage, I guess, is ideal, right? Again, I do feel like this stuff should be built out of the range of the water, so I might just stick these here, get these drones up off the ground. Meanwhile, this dude is still working away, getting the metal extractors. This is good. Cool, I have my assault corvette here. So I guess I can send him all the way over here. I can actually use the minimap for this too, which is cool. And you can hold left click and he'll just go all the way around. Sick. I'm 99% sure you can use your comm and construction units to guard production facilities as a way of boosting build speed. Yes, that's a good point. Like I can use one of, I'm guessing a construction corvette would work too. I'm probably wasting quite a lot by not having the metal storage, because that's the stuff that I've kind of built up the most at the moment as opposed to power. Metal storage. So energy storage. Metal storage. Boom. Cool. We'll get those guys building a bunch of metal storage. You can see our power is kind of dipped down a bit now, so that's okay. This guy can go build. Can he build a metal? He can. They're just down here. Here it is. Metal extractor. Sick. go here, then go here. And I guess you want one here too. And then we also want one here. Nice. This is going to enable us to build level 2 bots. Just right click them if they're already producing. Suppose your K-bot cons are arranged at your shipyard, you can make them assist with production. Oh, nano turrets. That would make sense. These things, right? One of these turrets. Oh shit. We got enemies, boys. Ooh, that's not gonna be good. Okay, so we need ships. We need lots of them. I'm gonna get this guy assisting the shipyard construction. Aircraft was the other thing that they suggested we look at. So I guess we'll get an aircraft. Cool. We'll hotkey these guys. Sweet. Nice. Okay. So this is okay. This is okay. The one here, these ones didn't make it up. We need to establish some kind of beachhead here, I guess.
You can now produce aircraft. They are specifically a good support class and give great speed, radar and line of sight.
Cool. I need a construction ship again, right? This guy's not doing anything. He needs to get metal extractor up here. Okay, so in terms of the turrets, I think we will want to set these up here. Another one here. Make sure we can see what's actually going on. Here's the nano turret, right? Okay, so the radius in this is actually okay. I guess a position like here lets me get a quick metal on that land. I can also get some forward structures. The thing I need more construction dudes. Cool. Here's our fighter. We'll bring him onto the island here. Set a rally point here in general for this thing. These dudes need to be supporting this so it builds this quicker. Get a few freedom fighters going. And this guy, can this guy go on land? I'm not sure if it actually specifies here on the description. I mean, it's a construction corvette. It's like a transport, armored transport ship. Maybe I have to get one of those. Yeah, looks like I do. And then stick the construction bots on it. Cool. Meanwhile, this guy can come up here.
Low power.
Go for hovercraft too. Yeah. I mean, they're all new construction buildings, so I'm just kind of getting used to it. You know, getting a feel for what the hell each one of them does. Sure. May as well get these metal extractors back up. Power is becoming an issue, so we'll get on top of that. Solar collector collects way more than these. It costs it twice as much, and it does cost power to produce as well. Yeah.
Low power.
I mean, if we need it, right? Bottlenecked at production at the moment, it looks like. Guys?
Low power.
Why are they not building this? What's using all my power up? I don't think any of these are specifically for power. Can you attack these things?
Low power.
Guys? Oh, they just shut down my entire army. That's cool. I guess I need to be building a shit ton more stuff, huh? Okay, so I have the transport unit here, and I can load these bots onto it, I assume. And then move them onto the middle island, but it's quite contested at the moment. That's kind of a cool animation. What's the capacity of these things? Doesn't seem super clear. Did they really wreck that transport ship that fast? Like, really? Are you kidding me? Like, it's just insta-gone. Okay, so these are actually ships. Right? Or are they... I guess they're... An amphibious bot. Okay.
Radar lost.
Okay, amphibious anti-air bot. Light plasma bot. Fast infantry bot. Amphibious crawling bomb. Amphibious bot. shit.
Metal extractor lost.
Light gunship?
Radar lost.
These little boats just seem to get absolutely wrecked. Destroyers seem to be the way to go, I guess. These are the little pelican bots too.
Metal extractor lost. Metal extractor lost.
Okay, so I need to be much faster with what I'm doing. Reset the scenario. So I think what I want to do is, like, I need to get a lot more units up a lot quicker. I'm just not queuing units and getting stuff produced, I guess. I need to get, like, if I'm doing boats, they need to be like up here pretty quick. Needs to be a lot of them too to hold. Should probably have a couple of ground units, maybe just the amphibious bots to hold the land and the ground. The level 1 bot center doesn't really seem to have amphibious except for the anti-air one. Whereas the level 2 one will let you build those pelican things, which seem kind of effective. Good old fat boy. Yeah. T1 vehicle lapis amphibious tanks. Okay, that would probably help out too.
Battle paused.
Can I restart? That should do it. Hey, Aaron. Yeah, kind of. It's in public alpha at the moment, so it's a little rough around the edges. The learning curve is a little bit steep, but we're getting there. It's taking a bit. It's only the second like scenario, so they don't have a campaign, so to speak. They have like a list of scenario missions. Relying on static defense. You mean like turrets up on the beaches? Could do it. Okay, so I do kind of like. Should I just like start right here, get these two, and like just roll it? Like I do kind of like having the buildings up here. Let's just go up here again. I mean, it worked last time. Well, it sort of worked. Yeah. Okay. So first thing up is power, right? Like you start with 1,000 power. These take 500 power, so I think you could probably get 2 of these up, right? First. So the build order is going to be 2 metal extractors followed by power. Followed by, we want to get a bot lab up pretty quick, I think. And then after the bot lab, we're going to want the shipyard, I guess. Or we can go with the hovercrafts. We want to transport units to the middle, so I guess we want the shipyard. We definitely want the shipyard. I do wish all the production buildings were in the same row, but okay, big brain time. Go air first. You think air first? That's like the last time they all just got absolutely shot on by those anti-air bots. It could go hovercraft. I mean, didn't try that yet. Bit expensive though, 4,200 power. Oh, you can build air dudes that can build. That would explain it. I just find it's such a weird thing to me, like being able to build units like that. Like air constructors, sea constructors, hover constructors, and land constructors. It's just such an alien concept. I think you do want to start with a couple of construction bots here to speed up things, right? Like I think it makes sense to open with a couple of construction bots to help speed up your like base production. It's gonna hit net negative pretty soon. Shit. This stops, it'll produce one of these, right? In the meantime, this guy can build some more of these. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Ships is an immediate, yeah. Ships is an immediate follow-up, sure. Not sure any other RTS game have such a tactical variety of worker builder units. Yeah, it definitely does seem like a Total Annihilation thing. Like I said, I only played a little bit of Total Annihilation, so I'm a little, and by little I mean a lot behind in this kind of thing. But like, I like the concepts of it, and I think like I said, like I'm kind of figuring it out in terms of build order and the resources. Like having 2 metal extractors into like one of these things makes sense than choosing to either go bot or something else. I think bot you always want to open up with so you can get a couple of these drone constructors. Okay, so I'm being bottlenecked now on metal. So we'll take these off and just build a metal extractor here. Okay, so I can't afford to do 2 of these things at once and produce construction stuff here, so I need to focus on getting a bunch more of these metal things up. I also need to focus on getting a power energy storage, I guess, because this is like floating in the wasting zone. I guess I'll build a couple more of these dudes. How much do they cost? Oh, they actually cost quite a bit of power. Interesting. Okay, so they built that. They can go back to finishing this. Cool, 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 cool. I'll get this guy to power up the station here and build these quicker. I'll get one of these bots to power this up too, although I'm out of metal resources again for this. So I guess I just need to focus on getting those up and running. Cool. It's slowly ticking up. I don't think I'm going to be able to build this. Yeah, I just need to focus on getting more metal set up. Maybe I should send one of these forward ahead and get the next metal thing going. Cool. Okay, I'll set this guy back and get the drones working on the metal. Because I think someone said that like 3 of these dudes is about the same speed as one of these, so 4 of them should be okay. I want to constantly make at least one con making metal extractors.
They are specifically a good support class and give great speed, radar, and line of sight.
We want a constructor, right? Construction aircraft. There we go. A couple of scouts, and I guess fighters. Thunder. Like the Banshee or the Freedom Fighter. I think someone said Freedom Fighter might just be anti-air, but it doesn't really specify in game. You just get one of each. Have this power up the ship so it produces them faster. Have these guys coming out. I need to just queue these up, or else I'm gonna forget about them, right? Yep. Cool. And then after that, I mean probably before that as well, they're going to need additional power. So then we'll come back, set these up. Decent analog. You're always going to be making workers. Yeah, I get you. So I want to send these 2 out here. And what I think I want to do then is get the constructor aircraft to build a radar here, so I can actually see everything around it. Is probably better than having them back here and here. At least that's what my thinking is. So like here, like we don't want it fully exposed. So like up here, I guess is kind of nice. It's aesthetically pleasing if nothing else. We want to set this to be over here. Yeah, you're thinking freedom airs. Yeah. Gunships or bombers for the ground. These are ground. This is anti-air. This is an air transport, so that'll do instead of the boats, I guess. Um, bombers are probably best for hitting infrastructure. Gunship for units. Yeah, so this building's gotcha. So it's like I can hear shooting. I hope that's nothing I need to worry about. Okay, so we're producing. This seems good, right? Probably need to get turrets and static defense on the island here. Okay. So laser tower, anti-air missile battery sounds good. Pop-up anti-air missile battery sounds even better. Ferret after our very own CNC hero. It's pretty funny. Light anti-air tower is probably good. Transportable? Not sure what the transportable is about. Like, I guess it's probably good as a start to just have a couple of these on the island, right? Defenders. So we'll get 2 of these. And then we'll get, I don't know, like 1 or 2 regular turrets that are in the range of the anti-air ones. Defenders and lits are cheap. As cheap as you can go. Yeah. I see that. Then these are like the medium version ones, right? Coastal torpedo launcher. That sounds cool. Sure, we'll get one of these up here too. Meanwhile, we got the gunships kind of landing here. We should also get another metal extractor up here and here. Sick. Okay, power. So now we want to switch to getting more advanced power, but we do seem to have a surplus. So I guess we're going to build a couple of energy storages, and then we're going to switch over to the advanced solar collectors. Yeah, no worries, Arnie. Cheers for the suggestions. Cool. So this is wasting metal. So I need to build a metal storage thingy. Yeah. Metal storage is these thick boys, right? These ones. Okay. Build a bunch of those. Gotcha. These are building the energy storage. Yeah. Okay, construction bot's doing alright. He's getting the turrets up. Island seems, you know, reasonably fortified. We got a couple of defenders. We've got 2 defenders here. We've got the radar here. We got the LLT. 1 here. Gonna have 1 here. Interesting. So freedom fighter over here. We'll get him set up. These guys need to be on the beaches after this, getting the metal extractors set up. Sick. Why are these guys going here, not further out? Alright, he's still doing his thing here. He's just taking his time. I should probably build the hovercraft thingy too. Where is it? There's the hovercraft platform. We probably want one of these guys to get a level 2 bot lab. All those 3 go down, get those metals. Sick. Here's our little scout unit, dude. Okay, the Banshee can come back here. This is our scout. guess I can do that. See what it does. You can reclaim the bot lab if you're not using it. So once you get to level 2 one, reclaim the level 1. I guess that's the idea.
You can now make hovercraft. They are good for ambushing, but their armor will not endure in heavy battle.
Alright, what do we got? Fast attack, hovercraft, hovercraft rocket launcher, anti-air, heavy transport hovercraft. So if we want to get dudes over here to the island, anaconda hovercraft. Sure, I don't know. Just like build a shit ton of stuff and see what sticks. This guy's not getting shot down, so that's a good sign, I think. This is good. Commander's not doing anything, that's bad. I should really get him queued to do a bunch of stuff. Metal seems to be... metal and energy. I need a lot more energy batteries, it looks like. So maybe I'll just get this guy building a whole bunch of these. Cool. These guys are meanwhile getting all the metal. Sick. They're missing this one. That's okay. It's like a tier 2 metal extractor I'm missing. Geothermal. Don't really see any geothermal spots. Don't think there's any on the island here either. Is there a select all units? I think it was like control A maybe. Control A, yeah. Is there like a select all except for non-combat units? I think like the trickiest thing with something like this is not knowing what to do, or like how far to push. Like I can try and claim this island now, I guess, and see if it works. Although he is here now, but we got more shit, hopefully. Don't get the construction bot. Shit. Okay, so this thing is very effective against the air units. Try ZCV. Oh, I mean Control Z, Control C. Control C brings you to your commander. Control A just, I think, selects absolutely everything. Crap. So I need this guy to build a shipyard, because I don't believe that the hover constructor dudes can actually build this stuff in the sea. Maybe they can. Alt F4 to build a secret unit. You got it, Lunik. Man, these things absolutely wreck the air units, huh? Need to get the hell out of there. Okay, here we got the hovercrafts. Freedom fighters, these are the anti-air units. These guys, this is the light gunship. Okay, so these guys are really slow. To bear that in mind. That's alright. Looks like he's set up over here now. Little archangels. Okay. So I'm building the shipyard. I'm getting a couple of construction bots over here.
You can now produce ships. The heaviest unit class with the most armor and generally longest weapon range. But constructing ships is costly, and there are submarines and torpedo aircraft that can quickly devastate a large naval fleet.
Okay, I need... Oh, this guy can build this stuff in the water. Okay, I figured it would be limited to only ship constructors, but that works out. That seems to be a problem. Hovercraft has stopped producing. That's also not great. These seem slow, but I'm assuming they pack a hell of a punch. Cool. Okay, so these are too fast for the rocket dudes to actually hit. Fast hovercraft seem very effective, so I guess I get a bunch more of those. Cube about 10 of those. Get these over here. I get a couple of them set up over here. Like, we have the radar perimeter guiding us all the way up to this point, so that seems pretty damn good. Get this guy to build some forward metal extractors. I guess we can go for one here too and set up turrets here and start to contest the center. Okay. Where do I have these rallied? They're over here at the moment. Sick. Not so sick. So I feel like these guys are kind of dead in the water, right? Without units supporting them. Amphibious bots might be a way to go. Hopefully our turrets are going to come into play here and actually do some damage against these. We'll see how good they actually are. I should probably build a couple of boats. A couple of assault frigates. Rip. Where's the... I thought I'd build more than one of these, but I guess not. What are my thoughts on it? It's a good question, man. It's like, this is only the second kind of campaign-y type mission they have. The learning curve for something like this is quite high. I have the impression that, like, if you played a whole bunch of Total Annihilation or Supreme Commander and stuff like that, you'd have a much clearer idea in terms of what to be doing. Like, I think I have the base idea of what's required in the game. You want to focus on getting your eco up while not dying to everything. And then attack to your opponent. And I could see that the purpose of these scenario missions are to gradually introduce you to the new unit types. So like in the first game I learned a whole bunch about, or the first scenario, a whole bunch about like what basic resources are, how to go about collecting them, how to go about like building silos for them and stuff. This seems to be more trying to get you used to using, you know, air units, sea units and stuff. I think I would have preferred if like this specific scenario was maybe broken out into 3 different sections or something, where there was one focused just on building up a sea army against your opponent and seeing how it does against various units, whereas this you're kind of just eyeballing it and you're like, okay, well I can build X, Y, and Z, let me just build all this stuff and see how it goes. When like realistically I have no idea how effective any of these things are against any of their units, right? Like I don't know what's a grenadier, I don't know what's a minigunner, I don't really know what's going to be anti... Like the biggest thing I would say that's problematic about it between the different units is I can't tell what shoots land and what shoots air. and I've no way to really determine that in the UI here. Like for example, these two, right? Or whatever it was, like these two being ground units and this one being air units. I guess it might be these symbols, but I think that's just their legend for what shows up on the map. But like, how am I supposed to know that this unit is only air, right? Like, I have no clear way to tell from what I can see. I might be missing something on the UI, or just might not be implemented yet, but I have no way to tell, right? I also have no way of knowing necessarily good against XYZ. I can see things like DPS, which is good, and I probably should pay more attention to that. But yeah, it's different. I can see it, like I can see once you get the basics down, like you can do stuff much faster. Like even this time around on this map, like you can see I'm expanding much quicker and figuring things out. And I do have like a decent selection of units here. I don't know what half of them do, but I have them, and it does definitely. I think it definitely feels cool. Like the combat mechanics and stuff in it feel nice when you do get into a good fight position. The problem is, like, again, like I'm just kind of winging it. Like it takes practice, obviously. But yeah, like I said, I can see myself playing it a little bit and see how it goes. Is there like a sea turret? I guess there's not, huh? I guess all I really want is like a forward airstrip or like naval thingy here. Also, like the meta, and this is like, who knows, right? I mean, it's not established. There is a section on the Discord that's specifically for strategies and stuff, which I think is kind of cool. So if you are interested in that kind of thing and like looking at the meta and what people are currently strategizing against what units and stuff, there are some interesting conversations going on there. Also, I think I haven't looked at this. Like, you can't hotkey specific units. Like you can do control groups, but you can't. I don't think bind in the settings menu each one of these to, like, you know, QWER or something, so you can quickly queue these up. But I think there's a like a text file, config file you might be able to edit. Also, these guys are blowing themselves up. God damn it. So friendly fire is a thing to be aware of, I guess. So learned that. Yeah. I don't know, I'm kind of liking it. Yeah, like it is also, you know, pretty much early alpha, and it does feel like that in spots, but for the most part, it's pretty good. I should be building a lot more of this stuff, I guess, because I'm just not using my things fast enough, right? I also wish I could, like, I don't know, like do this in a square almost, instead of just like in one direction, but that's fine. It's not a huge deal. Get back. It also feels like, because I'm only starting, like I don't really understand how effective these things are, for example, at defending. Like I don't know, like I know this is cheap, so it's not going to be amazing, right? But I also don't know like the units it's coming up against, if they're like just good against buildings, like these pelicans. I don't know if they're good against buildings or if those units, those structures they had were just kind of crap, you know? It's just stuff isn't fully surfaced. And I just, I guess the intention at the moment is just learn by doing it and see how it actually pans out. Like I'll probably restart this mission once again, and this time just spam the shit out of a certain unit and charge and see how that actually goes. But I don't know, like I'm still in this game, I think. I don't think I'm dead yet. Even though he's like wiped out everything that's been on this island, I think I can just build a couple of construction drones over here, and it might
Nuclear
be.
missile launch detected.
You know what I mean? Like, what? What do you mean nuclear missile launch detected? Like where? Like, he's all the way up to nuke tech? Okay, there it was. Ouch. So I'm guessing he's like teched all the way up to whatever. Um, so rip. Also, holy shit, that's cool. So it actually forces this section of the. So there's like what do you call it? Contours. So like when a missile goes off here, it actually impacts the level of the ground, and the water is now flooded. So beforehand, where I could build this on the land, I no longer can. So now it's all covered with water and stuff. So I'm guessing if there were like units here that didn't necessarily die, but they were land only, and the nuke went off, and the nuke didn't kill it, but they were submerged, they'd be dead. That would be how I would think about that. Which is, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of cool. I didn't realize it had like this kind of destructible terrain stuff. Reminds me of Korean Sun had this, right? Where you fire off a weapon or a rocket or something into the ground, and it would just constantly dent it further and further in. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, terrain deformation. That's probably the right term for it. Handles. The other thing I guess I'm not quite sure is how to go about combating this. Like, is it better to... Holy shit, these guys are cool. Is it better to just like mass an army in charge, or is it better to do a lot of small attacks, tech up to the highest tier, and like just do that? It's hard to know, right? Yeah, but let's focus on getting this island back. I think this is salvageable, right? We got a bunch of gunboats here. We got an army here. We got a constructor ship back here. So what we first want to get sorted is these metal extractors back up and running. Then we want to get better fortification. So coastal torpedo launchers sound like they'll be useful, I guess. We're also going to want... So I also don't really get the point of... I don't know how effective certain things are, like a pop-up missile battery.
Nuclear missile launch detected.
Like nukes are going off. I know that there is anti-nuke units because I've seen them in the multiplayer last night, but like I don't know like what I'm supposed to do when the nuke comes down. Going for full scout is something I can do, sure. So another nuke just went off here. That's sick. Like there are units coming in here to attack my ship.
Nuclear missile launch detected.
Get away from the island. That's where they nuke. Okay, so they're gonna survive. Like at this point, I'm just gonna like send these all down and see what the hell's going on his side. Little glitchy. I do like the SimCity aspects of it, that you just like plonk down a shit ton of stuff. I am wasting resources, but I kind of just want to send these in and see what the story is. Because like there's nothing stopping me super early game to just go all the way up to this bit of land before him, perhaps, and like just doing this. Yeah. Yeah, like I can kind of see where this fell apart. Which I don't mind. Like I don't mind learning by doing. Like it can obviously be a bit like, what is going on? But yeah. So I like these guns, the fast assault corvettes. They seem effective. These little hovercraft dudes, the fast attack hovercraft, seem good support. It's kind of like grenadiers and medium tanks going on here. I can get behind it. The missile hovercrafts were too slow. I think they're good if you're attacking structures on land.
Metal extractor lost.
So here it looks like this guy is just basically sticking down the metal extractors on the island and the turrets. So not actually doing a huge amount. Here got tidal generators, which produces energy because these are like solar panels, but for the ocean. An offshore torpedo, sure. So like, despite everything going on, like, am I still in a winning position here? Like, it kind of feels like it's not totally screwed. Queuing up units. Yeah, the other thing is I can't click on the map. Oh, I can. Middle click does it. Okay. I've been trying to left click on this and it doesn't work, but middle click will actually let me go all the way back. That is super useful. Yeah, let's just queue up a bajillion units, right? And set the rally point to like this island.
Nuclear missile launch detected.
Shipyard here is dead, so that sucks, but that's alright. So they wiped out a bunch of stuff, but I've wiped out a bunch of their stuff. Where's my commander? Control C takes you to the commander. Go over here, build back the shipyard.
Nuclear missile launch detected.
Those dudes might cause a problem. I can build drones.
Your commander has heavy damage.
Ouch. Control shift for 10. Okay. And shift click for 5. Okay, so control is 20, shift is 5. So shift click just like, you know, command and conquer. Control is 20. Alt is 1. Alt is 1, but it changes the priority. So if you're queuing up these and want one of these, I guess you can do it. Control Alt, Control Shift, Control Shift. Interesting. So it just goes to show you like the scale of what you're working with here, right? Okay, I think I could redo this and actually do a pretty decent job now. These seem to be the main unit they use too. These Pelicans. So I don't know if they have a specific weakness, but the gunships look pretty damn good. Yeah. Okay.
Battle paused.
Okay, we got this. This is the one. I believe. With all the tutoring pro tips going on in chat, I can do it for you dudes. Thank you. I do appreciate handles as well. Like, I know it's like watching someone, it's like, why aren't you doing this, right? But it takes a bit of practice. I think I'm picking it up, right? Like, I seem to be gradually improving. I would like if there was like a press space to pause button and give you a second to like queue up all the stuff. I don't know if that was in Annihilation. Or if it's in this and I just haven't seen it yet. It would just enable my slow ass to do things a little bit faster. Okay. Right. So, 2 energy, 2 solar. We're going to do it in a way that we're optimizing our path here. We'll get 3 solar, we get another energy here. We're going to get a bot lab, and we're going to get a few of those tier 1 bots that can they couldn't. The only ones that could go on the water are the anti-air guys, right? So it's probably not great, but we need a couple of constructor dudes. So we'll have this continuously constructing or building constructors. The next thing after that is we're going to want at least one of each of these types of storage to make sure we don't hit max capacity. And then we're going to queue up all of these metal extractors, and we're going to have our actual produce drones to go around and build the other stuff that's not these extractors. Definitely going to need power in between these two, but we're going to focus on getting getting stuff set up. Okay. Strategize tier 1 rush. It could work. See, tier 1 units. So the hovercraft building had those fast drones. So I think a bunch of those hovercrafts and a bunch of those ships, assault ships, were pretty effective. Yeah, okay. So this is a bit like building too many power plants when you don't need it yet, but it's fine. It'll pay out dividends, I think. Cool. Alright, share excess energy with this point with your team. That's kind of cool. And you can limit the amount of energy converters used. I like that. Interesting. So they kind of really thought about the multiplayer aspects of it. So control click, we'll make 20 of them. Although they're not, these can't go in the water, right? So maybe just 10 of them. Even that seems like a lot, but whatever. We can transport them, right? Okay, so now he's got converters going on. And by the walk distance for him to here, this should actually be able to produce when he's done with this. Yeah. Cool. We'll get these focusing on this until we have 3 of them, and then we'll go send them onto the beach and get a shipyard set up. Oh, and you also if you don't walk these off the platform, it doesn't queue the next one, I don't think. Or if you walk them off and back on, it'll just like block this from materializing. Power is becoming a slight problem. So we might get these two to build some power now. Nukes, we need more nukes. You're not wrong. Right, you two focus on getting power. This guy's gonna get that. Cool. Okay, I'm feeling slightly better about this. Not having any combat units at this point feels a little bit off, but we're just gonna get a shipyard, build a bunch of those assault ships, and just go. I think that's the plan. Okay, we'll get him started on the shipyard, which is down here. This one. This seemed to change order too, which I'm not sure about why or what's going on. Maybe these can go in the water? I guess they have to be able to build this stuff, right? Yeah, we'll get this thing to... Can I just have it like follow this dude, I guess? Metal production's going okay. This guy's going about building these. We're going to have these all set up fairly soon. Hey, Nightcrawler. This is Beyond All Reckoning? Reason? Beyond All Reason? Beyond All Reason. I always forget the name of it for whatever reason. Oh, you can't actually... okay, you can't actually build that? Or what's going on here? Oh, this guy's the priority. Okay. Fine. You can build aircraft. I didn't find the aircraft super great. Advanced bot lab. Like the aircraft didn't feel great when I used them in the last mission. Can neither? I guess none of these guys can actually build this thing. So they can only build it on land, I guess. So it needs to be within their build radius, which you can see. What? Why can't they build it? I don't understand. What? What's this bit? I could build it before, right? Why? Like, why can't... guys? Ideas? Is it only the commander that can build that? Because it has to be so far out into the sea? What? I could have sworn I already built one of these before. Okay. Oh, I guess it has to be on this little bit of elevated land. The bit here is just too far away. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So these are still building construction bot dudes.
You can now produce ships. The
Yeah, we
heaviest
can.
unit class with the most armor and generally longest weapon range. But constructing ships is costly, and there are submarines and torpedo aircraft that can quickly devastate a large naval fleet.
Yeah, the commander's he's getting all these medals set up. That was the one thing I did use the ships for, actually. Constructing the stuff out this way, so I might build one after this. Makes sense, I guess.
Low power.
Yeah, low power. Yeah, okay. It's a bit slow, but whatever.
Low power.
Yeah, the like, even if there was, I guess there is a toggle this screen mode height, so you can kind of see. I guess I should have used that. Low power. This guy's working on it. If I, yeah, that's better. So if I right click this guy, he's gonna work on whatever this guy's working on. Sick. Okay, switch these over to here. Get these to get this up. Not quite enough power for it. This one guy seems to have it under control. Cool. So level 2 bots. Get one of these. I'll get these guys getting the aircraft, so I can get a thingy over here to build power or metal on this stuff. I want to get a radar set up on this pretty quick. Power is proving to be a pain in the ass, so that's fine. We can build some more of that. I guess I probably should be building the advanced version of the solar collectors, which is probably only available to this.
You can now produce aircraft. They are specifically a good support class and give great speed, radar, and line of sight.
Yeah, you guys get over there. We want to build these guys. Okay, so here's all the tier 2 tech stuff. Geothermal plant. a hazardous building that produces a shit ton of energy. This seems ideal. I see it's kind of cheaper to make in terms of metals. Fusion reactor, advanced fusion reactor, experimental gantry. So they're the tier 3 units. I don't think we really want that. EMP missile launcher, anti-air flak gun, tachyon accelerator, Vulcan. There's the nuke launcher and the big Bertas. These things like have a ridiculous range. Like look at this. Like you could set them up on this thing and attack his island, attack his mainland from the island. Be kind of sick. You saw 5950X only €20. That's the I don't quite know the it's AMD series, right? I mean, it sounds like it's not a crazy price. Take Taiwan and bomb them into the Stone Age. Yeah. Yeah. So we're kind of, I think we're on the right path here with what we're doing. So we're basically pumping out gunships here. We're pumping out these dudes, the amphibious bots here, which I believe can shoot air because that's what was destroying my air units before. This guy needs to get a radar tower set up here. Maybe a forward airstrip too, or what you call it? This thing, shipyard. So we'll see if we can get a forward shipyard as well. So our metal production seems to be kind of the bottleneck at the moment, which is what this dude's working on. And this dude. So we'll have these queue up together and have this guy join them. AMD 15 cores, ooh, 16 cores at 4.9. Whew. How is it only €20? Must have been like a fake or broken or something, right?
It is more efficient to assist the existing factory than to make multiple factories of the same kind.
Yeah, I know, but this one's closer. I think this makes sense, right? You have the closer one being beefed up, rather than this one keep producing. I mean, stick these here, right? This is focusing on the Pelicans. All-terrain rocket spider? Sounds kind of cool. I do think I want more stuff working on the shipyard though. Alright, they're working on this. I thought I had told them to do this first. I guess not. Oh no, they have it here. There's just nothing in range yet. I see. Boost for factory? Boost for, you mean like use 4 units to boost the factory and then build a second one and then boost that? I guess that makes sense. Take Taiwan. That's what we want to do. I guess I should probably build a few more of these construction planes. Alright, we going for Taiwan? Is it happening? Control and B select all constructors. Control and A. Yeah, it'd be nice if there was a control and just select units that are combat, like the way it kind of does by default in CNC, but I understand, it's fair enough. I mean, yeah, I can also just do this. Is like micro a thing in this? I guess a little bit, probably not a huge amount. These guys need to keep marching. These are the beefy boys. Yes, we got another one here. We want to build a whole bunch of these. You want to be powering this thing up. Looks like one unit's getting through here. Let's try and stop him. Get him! The 5950X, you can improve your stream quality by higher encoding settings. And compensate for your low upload. I mean, that sounds cool. I don't know, I'm still running off like relatively old hardware, and I think I don't know, you've seen a bunch of my streams, Nick. I think the quality's okay, right? Like, there's not really a huge amount that needs improvement. The audio, I think, sounds fine. The video quality, like the webcam quality, I don't know, it seems alright. Like, it's not a new by any stretch of the imagination setup, but it seems to get the job done. What's going on over here? Now, whatever it was is dead. My 6080K, I don't have headroom for that. I see. Taking Taiwan, boys. Cool. I mean, there's no reason not to just do this, right? Where is it? Do we do it? Are we taking Taiwan? Sick. Call these guys group 4, get them over here. We're gonna throw up a radar tower here.
Enemy long-range plasma cannons are targeting your units.
Sick. All right. Okay. Did the constructors die? This, set up a radar. Okay, this seems kind of bad now, right? I feel the initial attack was good, but I've no idea how to make a beachhead landing. And he's now running past all my units, which is a little worrying. Oh, that's what's happening. These little fucks. Okay, okay. Go back here. Where's this set it to? It's set to here at the moment. Let's set this all the way up here. Get them focused on this. Is that multiplayer? This isn't multiplayer. This is just one of the scenario missions. Multiplayer is available though. But this is not currently multiplayer. I feel like a lot of these guys are starting to slip through, which is bad. It's supposed to know what it's doing. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I felt like this was going well, but now I kind of don't know what to do. I also seem to be like out of resources. I'm doing too much. Okay, so let's cancel construction from that. Cancel construction from this. Cancel construction from this. Have to take the island and secure the front line. Yeah, the problem is they have cannons that seem to be able to reach the island. Like this? Like, come on. What I should, I guess, be doing is securing all these metal deposits, which I'm not currently. Like this. And I should be rallying this stuff to here and be a little bit more defensive while I'm expanding the eco. Oh yeah, the smaller one, like this one, yeah, that makes more sense. If I can get all the resources up to this island, then it should be in a better situation. Hey, Gaza, cheers to the raid, dude. Did that not show up on the screen? It should have. Sorry about that. Cheers to the raid, dude. Good to see you, Eddie. We're playing an RTS game that's in public alpha at the moment called Beyond All Reason. Very similar to Total Annihilation or like Supreme Commander, those kind of games, which I've only ever played a little bit of. I'm finding the learning curve in this a little bit steep, but we're slowly making some progress. And you start out with a little commander dude. This guy, he's like your MCV that's mobile. He has to manually build stuff. Then you can build constructor drones, and then you basically keep expanding until you take out your opponent's base. And it's quite a large map, as you can see. Like, this is the whole thing zoomed out. That's pretty neat. So we're currently in the process of trying to secure Taiwan over here, I guess, and make a beachhead so we can attack from it, because it's proving too long to get units all the way over here and back. This guy is building a bunch of metal extractors, which gets our resources. So our main resources are that, which is metal, and the other thing is power, which you generate from things like solar panels, which we have here, a couple of batteries that stores it, kind of like silos, which I need to build a few more of. So I'll queue those up. He's going to build those. Yeah, we got the ships. I should probably stop building ships and wasting resources on it, because they can't actually attack the land, which is what I need. I'm currently in the process of trying to figure out what I actually do need to get onto that land. Like, so far it's been fine because it's all been like ocean-based battles, so I've been able to tear my way all the way up to here. But now it's getting to a point where I need to make the next jump onto the land here, and he's just kind of wrecking me. So it might be time for maybe hovercrafts, which I have not built before, but we can try them out. Yeah. We're going to get these little constructor bots to help out this guy. And push these up a little bit. Land will kick you because he is fortified by now? I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of just winging it. Okay, now I'm starting to have a shit ton of resources that I'm not actually using. Hey, Xeno. Yeah.
You can now make hovercraft. They are good for ambushing, but their armor will not endure in heavy battle.
Roger Dodger. What am I doing? Hovercraft. I think hover tanks is probably a solid choice for going on land. Will help boost the production of stuff here. Like, what are we not boosting? This. Okay, so we're sending our tanks to the island here. We got something coming towards us here. I guess we need to be better about blocking these entrances and exits so they stop slipping past. You have shields unlocked? I do not know. Seems to be the max tech that I have at the moment. Okay, so the hover tanks are being pumped out right now. I guess we can go with some light ships. Actually, it was the bombers was the other thing. A bunch of these. And get these producing all the way up towards here as well. Shit. Alright, seemed effective. Need more power for air? I mean, I'm rocking quite a lot of power. I can produce more of it. What I do need is I mean, my metal supplies are okay. I should be pushing up forward with more of them. Land eats mass, air eats power. Gotcha. I mean, I think... Like, I'm hoping that these are just going to wreck what's on the land, but... Like, I don't know for sure. I really, what I should be doing is building construction bots from here, right? And get these set up, like, up here, and then start building shit from this point.
You are being attacked by paralyzer units. Units that have been paralyzed cannot function and won't be able to shoot or move until they have restored.
Pretty sure they get eaten on the beach? I don't know. Like, I have no way of knowing until I, like, charge in with them, right? And, like, get them all killed. I mean, we can test it out with this punch and see. Where is my commander? Okay, we don't want... Why is my commander all the way over here? I mean... I may as well bring him, right? What I want boosted is these construction bots. Okay. You know what? I guess we'll go for the hovercraft. We'll get a radar set up. What else do we need? Oh yeah, the plan was kind of to get these big bird cannons set up. Where are they? Can I build up? Might not be able to. Might require the level 2 constructors. Look for a shield first? Okay. Anti-missile, heavy laser, chainsaw. Anti-radar? Oh, holy shit. Yeah, that's not gonna work. This isn't gonna work at all. Like, if they're just gonna keep hammering this with turrets, that's not gonna work. So... Can I just, like, not win this? Like, is there no way for me to break through his shields after all this? Like, really? Is that how this is gonna play out? You need a shield there, but, like, I can't... Like, am I missing something? I also need to not get this guy killed. Like, I don't see any shield options here. Maybe if I take a tier 2 guy. These are tier 1. I mean, these are all tier 1, right? Like, I don't see any shield options. Right? Am I missing something? Uh... I mean, I'm just gonna send these guys. If they don't do it, then I'm probably just gonna call it, because it's been going on for a while. Like, the mission's supposed to take 30 minutes is the ETA on it. Like, just see how, like, effective or not this stuff is. Like, rip. Also rip, just dies instantly. That's all dead. These guys are all dead. Yeah, this is a fail. I mean... There's like... it just seems once defenses are up, there's no way to really break into it. Without, I don't know, like tier 3 tech units or something. Like, just absolutely gets destroyed. I mean, And he's just building a shit ton of bombers and just going for it. But I don't even have a clue where his commander is, right? So it's a bit like,
Nuclear missile launch detected.
class. Like these are, I'm pretty sure they have anti-air, so these are just going to get absolutely blown to bits, right? Especially by the time it actually gets over here. Like this map is so long. Look at this. Like the only hope is really to get a beachhead here, but like when you get this, his cannons are just going to absolutely obliterate it. And you're saying to build maybe a shield or something, but like I don't seem to have the capability to build one. And I have a tier 2 constructor here, unless this guy can build it. Plasma deflector, an accelerator, storage, long distance cannons, reactor, EMP. A plasma deflector? Don't see one here.
Radar lost. Metal
This? A
extractor lost.
keeper. So this is like tier 2 tech? Let's just see how it looks. Oh, what's the character in the profile pic? That is Goku from Dragon Ball Z. This thing takes forever to build. 5 minutes? If I try to build this for 5 minutes on that island, it's gonna get insta-destroyed. Or the constructors will at least, right? Yeah, all the bombers got blown to shreds trying to get onto the little beach over there. Yeah, against moving targets, not gonna work with these dudes. Ah, okay, I see. So get a bunch of them building it, it'll be a bit quicker. Yeah, Lunik knows where it's from. So I guess you need like 10 construction ships to just charge in, build one of these, and then hope for the best. So a keeper. And it has to be tier 2 tech, which is problematic. Hey, Bronze. Hope you're keeping well, dude. As soon as you 2 shields up, you're pretty safe. 2 shields. So not even just one? Okay, I can see why you say it takes so much power. This thing takes like 54,000 power. Okay. I see. So if I do what I did before, except had like, so when I get my units to this point,
has heavy damage.
yeah, that's fine. If I get to this point, I can like get down 10 construction dudes, build 2 shield barriers here, then I can build production buildings in this island, or even when I get to here, build 1 shield battery, get a few production facilities, and then push into here, and then set it up here, and then push into the mainland here. This didn't seem too bad to attack into at first, so you can actually get some kind of a footing, and then maybe put a shield barrier here too, and just gradually build into them. If one has to recharge or you get nuked, 2 should hold. Gotcha. So like side by side kind of a thing. It's like small island is enough for bird to rage. Even this, yeah. So you'd want to put the shields here too. I guess the annoying thing is only tier 2 constructors can build these things, and you can't build a tier 2 aircraft that I can see. I can build a bot lab, advanced bot lab, transporter. There is a transporter unit. This thing, the Atlas, which I guess could pick up a bunch of these and drop it off. I'm just hesitant because like they have loads of like scattered units around the place here, and they tend to shoot down individual like planes. So if it's 1 or 2, it's no big deal, but if it's 1 that's filled with a bunch of like tier 2 of these guys, that seems like a pain in the ass, right? Max size 3 oh, and it can only carry 1. This thing can only carry 1 unit? Are you kidding me? Really? What the hell is that? It's checking out its health. Yeah, it gets shot down. Yeah, now it's a problem. 30 minutes before, it's not. Okay. So I guess then the way to approach it is like, I think the start of this was fine. Getting these assault ships was fine, and getting this island seemed to be okay. 4 units. This stuff is cool though. I got all the metal stuff, was reasonably fine. I think it's just, yeah, as soon as I get to here or here, you need to get down the tier 2 tech. So have like, I don't know, 5 to 10 tier 2s and transporters ready, and stick down a bubble, build production units here, and mass the army, and then charge in, and keep going with waves and waves and waves. Don't know how you can do this in 30 minutes. Like an ETA 30 minutes on a mission like this seems insane. Like you've been going for, what is it, 2 hours playing this single mission. Like we tried it 2 or 3 times. We learned some things. I'll probably try it again tomorrow and see how it goes. Like I need to restart at this point, and like I don't want to build it all up again right now. But yeah, I might try it again tomorrow. See how it goes. Like I have a better idea in terms of what I need to do. Like you do learn quite a lot. Med storms him with T1. Yeah, I bet he does. I have no doubt he does. Send in all the grenadiers. Easy win. That's pretty cool. Yeah, nice. I think that's pretty much gonna do it for me tonight. Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for hanging out, guys. It's interesting to see what that game is like. Um, it seems fun. Like I tried the first mission the other day. It was okay. It was easy enough to get through, relatively speaking. That being the second one, it's a bit more difficult. Clearly, trying to figure out the differences between the hovercrafts, airplanes, and the amphibious versus non-amphibious units, and also trying to figure out how to land on the beach, um, and like the problems of trying to attack after the fact. It's yeah, it's challenging, but I think it's fun as something different to look at. Um, so yeah, I plan to play a bit more of that in the future. But for now, we'll see. Have a look who's online. Maybe drop someone a raid. I don't know if any of the CNC boys are playing at the moment. It's very annoying that the chat sidebar on Twitch doesn't like give you the fully qualified name of the people or a fully qualified game. You only see like the first half, so there's like 6 people playing Command and Conk, and I can't tell which ones are actually playing it, which ones aren't. Actually, Pharaoh's playing some Tiberian Dawn, so yeah, let's go drop him a raid. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll probably be on again tomorrow around the same time. I'd be streaming CNC first, I think around. Well, depends. If it's straight after work, it'll be like 5:30 GMT, to 6-7, and then in the evening I might try play some more of this. So be sure to stay tuned. You can drop a follow to keep updated when I'm live. I do have a Discord channel set up, but I don't expect people to actively be using it. There's 101 of them already for the CNC community, but if you want to keep updated with any of my streams and stuff like that, you can check it out. But again, it's not required or anything like that. But yeah, go check out Fair and see how he's getting on. He's doing some Tib Dawn, so spread the love. GG's guys, thanks for hanging out.